This is Professor Godil. We could really use him on our side. Nana, please.
Sir, Professor Godil was a central figure and lead researcher at the Giant Force Metal Research Lab that was here in Giga City. He's a renowned specialist in complex energy theories and is also an accomplished engineer.
Where is he?
When the rebellion army caused the uprising, he retreated to the safety of his lab, and since then he has refused any kind of contact with both the army and the government.
Which means we'll have to sneak into a lab that's heavily guarded against intruders.
That's true. But the professor could help us strengthen the base, as well as helping us with our preparations to fight the rebellion army.
We've got to get the prof on our side before the rebellion army does.
Alright, that sounds like a good goal to me. What's going on, everybody? MetalBlade427 here, and I present to you Let's Play Megaman X Command Missions. In the last episode, we raided the Tiana camp, rescued all the POWs, as well as my Nana. We got her, we saved her from the horrible fate that had befallen her upon that chapter, which was her being stuck in a chair, and now we brought her back to our hunter base, where she is now permanently stuck to a chair. Again. Oh, poor Nana. But at least she is here, and she is able to access different things about the base that we weren't able to get before. So she is useful, she is helpful, and she is now going to be forever protected, because no one will ever take my Nana away again. Except if this controller... Stop it, X! Come on. Do what I want you to do. Alright, let's talk to Nana. Many of the functions of Hunter Base have been restored. I set up something I thought would come in handy. The treasure radar. Let me explain what it does and how to use it. So basically what the treasure radar is the GameCube only thing that you can do for it. So this does not appear in the PlayStation 2 version of Mega Man X Command Missions. Basically what you do is you connect your Game Boy Advance to your GameCube via the Game Boy Advance link cable. Does anybody even know what those are anymore? And you will then be able to access a radar on your Game Boy Advance, which will show you the location of various special coins. You would use these coins in order to get special figures from the vending machines, and unfortunately, I will not be doing this because I do not have the means to make this connection. I don't have an original Game Boy Advance, I absolutely do not have my link cables anymore, and I don't have any ways to actually show this, so this is just one of those things, part of the game, that is going to have to remain a mystery, or you're going to have to find it somewhere else. It's not exactly, like, that important of a thing to get or not get, but for 100% completionists, it can be a little annoying if you can't actually do something. Anyway, continuing the talk to Nana, we find out that the connection to the deployment center has been restored. You can use the deployment center to deploy friendly mechaloids to collect Zenny and items. For a more detailed explanation, yada yada yada, and you can view the items collected on deployments in the Skyrim, which I will be going over momentarily. And we can teleport to the Skyrim when she allows us to, if my controller will actually let me do what I need to do with it. So, talking to her, why don't we actually call the deployment center and go over Deployment Center 101. Okay, so the Deployment Center is basically the minigame that I was talking about earlier. This is where you find friendly mechaloids, which are pretty much the enemies that we've been fighting up to this point. Right now, we have a D-Shark, a Patrol Dog, and a Sign Dropper, and we can use them to deploy to various maps that we've already been to. So let's actually go over a few of these things that are here now. So in the upper right corner, it says Deployable Areas. Again, those are the 3 maps that we have been to. We've been to the Legato Ruins, Legato Ruins, Central Tower, and the Tiana camp. Right below that is currently deployed. As you deploy our friendly robots, mechaloids as you want to call them or whatever, to these areas, it'll show you that we have 1 currently deployed, or 2 currently deployed. So you can see, how many you already have out. The number right below that is return to base. When a group of mechaloids are done searching, they will then come back to base, and then it'll show you how many have come back. And then the last thing on the bottom is each area has a limited amount of items, Zenny, and specific things that they have in it. So once you have collected everything in one set area, it'll show you dispatch complete. Right below that is deployable, how many mechaloids we have currently in Hunter Base that are available to go out. Right now we have 3, so they're here and ready to go. The one right below that will show how many we currently have out on the field. I try to have all my mechaloids out at the same time regardless, because it's best to keep them spread out and try to get as much stuff as possible. Right below that is how many have returned to back to base. You'll be coming in and out of that quite often to make sure that the guys that you've sent out have returned back safely. And below that is Hall of Famers, which means each Mechaloid is able to level up from level 1 to 10. Hall of Famers is anybody in level 10, or hits level 10. How about we check our units? You can go into the tutorial itself and go through a few explanation rules and some tips and tricks about how to do it, but I'm just going to go it directly myself. So as you can see here, we have our team lists. The team lists are divided up into 3 different colors, the red, the yellow, and the green. We have 1 of each right now. You can then click on one of them or hit the A button or whatever button you have in front of you to actually go and take a look at it. So here we have a D-Shark. He is a red type Mechaloid, which is an attack type unit. These units are used to fight and collect Zenny. So any Zenny that is available in an area, red type units are what you need to collect. Each unit has their own specific stats on the side. So you can see his vitality, his attack, his search, his intelligence, and his move. Each one of these will go into an overall team stat that'll determine what comes back and what that team finds in whatever area you send them off to. So as you can see, being an attack unit, his attack is much higher than any of his other stats. Patrol Dog being an item unit, his search is a lot higher than anybody else, so that can kind of give you an idea of what you're looking for. And then the Sign Dropper being an intelligence unit used to find discs, his intelligence, of course, is going to be higher. Discs are behind the scenes and concept arts and music and a lot of stuff that went into actually making the game. So it's not really anything involved with the game directly, but you get to see what like original level designs were, or you get to listen to background musics and things along that way. So why don't we actually go into a deployment area? Let's actually go to the Legato Ruins. Before I do that, you're actually going to see each one of the 3 areas has a different set of stats in it. First off, in the Legato Ruins, you have the Zenny, the item, and the discs. You see the various stars in each one. That tells you how many of each item are in that area. Maybe not so much how many, but how much more you have to go. So, like, there's 5 stars in the item spot here in the central tower. That doesn't mean there's 5 items, but as you start collecting items, the stars will slowly but surely go away. So there's not as many items in Legato Ruins as there are in Central Tower. The distance that you see up top with the 3 diamonds show you how far away something is from your current location. So the move on a Mechaloid stat will determine how fast it is they get to where they need to get to, how fast it is they need to do what they have to do there in terms of searching for items, and how fast it is that they return. So Legato is kind of an average distance away, so right now with everybody having very low move, it's going to take them a while to get back. Also, if you notice, with each of the 3 settings, there's an ability plus on the bottom. So Tiana Campus is Intelligence, Central Tower is Search, and Legato Ruins is Move. When a unit comes back and it levels up wherever you sent it out to, that's the ability that will increase. So me sending my 3 guys to Legato Ruins will increase their move when they get back. Could also increase their vitality if they level up, which would be very nice. So why don't we do that? Because there are items in the Legato Ruins that I really want to get before I move on to the next chapter. Specifically a key item and a force medal. Now, when you go to choose your units, the order is very important. At least the very first one is. Whoever you choose first is going to be the leader of that unit. So in this case, I would suggest doing the D-Shark first because he seems to be the best one to choose for the job for some reason. I tried to put like the Patrol Dog and the Sign Dropper in front and the results weren't that good. So whoever you choose first is your leader. That will determine morale of the group. That will determine the relationships that the group has. Because oddly enough, you can actually pair bad Mechaloids together. Like they won't work together well together, and they won't have good results no matter what it is. So this would probably be the best order right off the hop. And as Nana says on the bottom, I hope they bring back lots of stuff. Let's send them out. That's a pretty average thing for her to say. I've heard her say things from, or I've seen her say things from, you know, what a great choice. They're sure to come back with lots of stuff, to you've got to be kidding me, which she has said to me before, and maybe I'll be able to see that again. Also, if you notice, the Vitality, Attack, Search, Intelligence, and Move from all 3 Mechaloids have combined together into one solid stat, so that also determines, you know, your overall results to an area. So the higher stats everyone has, the better search results you're going to be. Let's send these guys out and see what happens. Alright, so that's deployed, and now we're playing the hurry up and wait game. It's going to take them a while to go to the ruins and then get back, so we might as well go ahead and start doing stuff in the meantime. Alright, X, you need to stop moving on your own. Alright, let's go. Through the door. Alright, so let's find some stuff to do while we wait for these guys to return. Let's talk to Spider. What do you have to say for yourself? A force metal lab? Well, that sounds intriguing. If it turns out they're cooking up something nasty, we'll just have to borrow it for a closer look. Oh, Spider, always thinking one step ahead, aren't you? In this room we go. Let's head back and see what Massimo has to say for himself. Our hero. He was a true hero. Massimo the Brave. Did I really deserve to inherit his armor, along with the Massimo legacy? Wait a minute. I've worried long enough. I will become strong. I must become strong. You will become strong, Massimo. No doubt about it. You will be just as strong as all of us and a valuable portion to the team. Because right now, you are my only C-type fighter. Alright, so that's what they're doing in between episodes. We don't need to use the doctor's office, the infirmary, whatever you want to pronounce it as. So why don't we actually head off to the marketplace and check out what new stuff they have. Onto the Airbus we go! Alright, here we are in Air City South. Let's go through here. This is the vending machine. What do we got? We got 11 coins. I am actually not going to use that right now. I'd rather have 12 coins. This way I can get an entire series all at once, just so we can get it all out of the way. And 11 is literally 1 coin off. So we'll get plenty of figure tokens as time goes on. First guy right here will be the weapon shop. Let's see what you have to buy. We have a Guard Buster Mark II, so it's an upgraded version of the current Guard Buster. I am basically going to be buying every weapon I currently do not have, so if it says 0 in stock, we're going to make it a 1. So we're going to do that. We're going to do the Queen of Spades. We're going to do the Queen of Clubs. I already have the Queen of Diamonds. We're going to do the Protect Lance, and I have an Ice Buster and Jack of Hearts already. Sub-weapon-wise, the only thing I don't have is a drill missile, but I probably won't be using these anyway because their power isn't that good. I may want another twin missile, but actually, no, I'm just going to leave it. That's good. That's good for now. I have other things that I want to spend my money on. Item shop has nothing new in it. I think the cooler is new for this particular in-between level, but otherwise that, nothing else new. Nothing else that I would buy anyway. The general merchant dealer, as you can see, will have everything in stock from previous merchants, so if there was anything that you sold or anything you wanted to rebuy or restock up on, this would be the place to do it. But I'm not going to get anything from him because I have everything I need. Let's head up here to the Force Metal shop and see that she has a very important new Force Metal, the Gain Weapon Energy +5. This is going to be something that you're going to want to put on as many people as you possibly can. Every round that you would gain back your normal amount of weapon energy will now increase by an additional 5. So if X gains 25 weapon energy a round, he's going to equip this and then gain 30. So you'll be able to pull off more attacks and have the higher chances for action triggers per round. This is different than what's on Spider because he has the initial weapon energy +5, which means it just grants him +5 off the hop and then that's it. This is every round. So I'm actually going to buy 2 of these. And I really want the power +3. There's a few status protections here. You know what I'm going to do? Let's go into the cell, and let's sell anything that does not have the word build or recover or anything like that. So boost shield gone, build, hacking gone, gain hypers must stay, do not get rid of them. Magic attack gone, build, boost, gone, warm-up can go, Mega Blizzard can go, boost can go, and that can go. Alright, so build, gain. Alright, that sounds fine. Weapons we're skipping. Is there anything here that I want to sell in terms of sub-weapons? No. Force metals. I don't need this many armor +3, so I'm going to get rid of 2 of them. What else do we got? Anything else I can sell? Don't need any of those. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's plenty, and all I really need is 1 power +3. Boom. And then I'm going to save my Zenny, because I don't know what else I may need for future purchases. Alright, so why don't we hop on in here into our equipment screen. First off, Spider is going to change his Jack of Clubs for the Queen of... We're going to go with the Queen of Spades, because I'm going to go into a new area soon with a lot of new enemies, so I'd rather have something that actually blankets the entire field, and then later on I'll switch them to the Queen of Clubs so I can get a 2-hit shot off of singular targets. He does not need the Thunder Missile anymore, but I'm going to give him the Zenny Plus weapons. This way he can use, on the next round he goes, weapon energy he has to capture an item and get some extra Zenny, and then blanket the entire field in a single hit. X, on the other hand, is going to change out for the Scope Buster, because even though the Guard Buster is a little bit better in terms of armor-wise, they're the same power, and I'd rather have the crit rate and the hit strike rate. So that's a little bit better with the Scope Buster. Doesn't need the Thunder Missile anymore either, so why don't we go with the Tomahawk? Sure. And Massimo, of course, will be going to the Protect Lance. His speed is a little bit heavier, so he's not as fast, but he's not fast anyway. At least in this case, it increases his chance to block a status effect, and everything else goes up in terms of status-wise. And he's fine with all that. Force Metal time. Let's get rid of this, and we're going to go Parameters and do that. There we go. So now Spider is even more powerful, and he'll do more damage with his blanket attacks, and these weapon energy +5s are fine. X, on the other hand, gonna get rid of this Protect +1 and put the gain weapon energy +5 on him there. I wish I had a little bit more immunity to power up one of these two stats, but he's still several levels away from actually being able to put a power +3 or a speed +3 on him. As far as Massimo goes, he doesn't need the Water Guard. I'm going to put on this gain weapon energy +5 to him, even though his immunity is less than what it actually comes to. But he's right there at the verge of leveling up, and I know that he will be able to get 20 immunity on the next level. And right now, I'm not really too worried about, him getting into a battle and things going crazy with his alert status. So as you can see, if you put something on somebody where the final immunity is higher than what they can stand, you see that you get an alert status. On the same note, you can actually go and get a danger status as well. So that just increases the chances of bugs and various bad things happening to whoever has these force medals equipped to them. So you do not want danger. I think alert you can kind of live through because it just kind of gives you random status, or he'll randomly miss or something like that. But danger will cause them to go into berserk mode or attack other people or completely skip their turn, just very, very bad stuff. So now that we actually went through all that and equipped everybody, why don't we head back to Hunter Base and actually see if our units have come back yet. So I'll meet you there. Inside of the base command room, let's go back up and talk to Nana, and let's call the deployment center and see where our units are. Our units are still deployed. Yeah, this is going to take quite a while for them to return back because their move is absolutely almost nothing at this point. So why don't we instead actually get out of the deployment center, thank you, and talk to Nana and go to the Skyrim so I can actually show you what that whole thing is about. We're going to jump into the teleporter and bounce up we go. Central Tower Skyrim. If you actually look on the map, you'll see that it is completely off the beaten trail of where we are. There's no actual path that connects it to it. It's just that teleporter. And if you come to the center room and look down, yeah, we are literally above the sky. Kind of get a little bit of thing right there. You see the clouds moving by. This is where you go to collect all your trophies and awards and behind-the-scenes stuff that you collect throughout your game while you're playing. This is where everything goes and gets stored. So each one of these different display cases or whatever will be able to show off different things. First, let's go over here to a computer terminal. What do you want to do? Let's start with Customize. Customizing, basically all it does is gives you the ability to change X's scarf. So right now we have a red scarf, which is the default, or a blue scarf. Equipping that, as you can see, will turn his scarf all nice and blue color. This is all just cosmetic. There's really nothing that matters if he has a blue scarf or a red scarf or any of the other color scarves he'll get throughout the game. I personally like the red scarf right now, so that's what's staying on. In addition to that, we can view data. This is all a lot of personal stuff that you're going to probably want to check out throughout your game. First is targets cleared. This is your achievement structure. As you accomplish certain tasks throughout the game, you'll see what you've done, when you've done it, and what you have obtained. So the time we did 10,000 experience points or defeated 100 enemies. As you can see, there are a lot of challenges in this game, and you'll probably be running through it in order to try to get 100% by trying to figure out all the different things that you need to do in order to unlock these challenges. Next thing is the battle data. Shows you how many battles you fought, who's fought in what battles, max damage, final strike information. I know I can do a lot better on that. Max hit 49, I know I can get it up to the 60s or something like that this early in the game. But, you know, the more you do final strikes, obviously the better that's going to be, and the more, you know, stuff like how many enemies you defeated, the max attack for any individual character will all go up, so that all depends on how you play the game. Zenny data and shop data, this is just for your own personal reference again, shows you how much Zenny you've acquired and what means. What's good about this is when you have the ability to make force metal later, to unlock some of the recipes, you need to have purchased X amount of weapons, and here you can actually see how many weapons you've purchased in total to see how close you are to being able to unlock those recipes. So that's why I like to buy as many weapons as possible, or at least acquire as many weapons as possible, so I can be able to get that force metal, you know, as soon as I possibly can. Acquisition percentage is what I was talking about before in terms of the game telling you in each area how many items you still need to collect. So in the Legato Ruins, there are still 3 items that I need to collect. I know where they are. They're behind the door with the key that I need to get into. So as soon as I get it, I can go in 100% that area. Central Tower, right at the very bottom of the tower, there's a locked door that will not become unlocked until post-game. You will find so many items from that point down that's why that percentage is so low. I don't know what I missed in Tiana Camp. It's probably behind the Tiana Camp door that also needs a key, but I'm sure I missed some yellow thing somewhere that was supposed to refill a sub-tank, but I already had 100% sub-tank on anyway. Middle thing in the room that looks like a jukebox is, well, a jukebox. What do you want to do? Let's listen to some music. And as you can see, as you go through the game, you'll collect CDs, and you'll be able to listen to music that you've collected. As you can see, there's a lot of music to collect in the game, and these you will be collecting through your deployment mission. So when they drop off whatever it is that they found in whatever area sent them, you're going to be able to get some music from them as well. And you can come in here and just kind of give it a listen. It's something nice to do and listen to while you're waiting for deployments in certain times. Otherwise that, you can also go in here to watch videos. You have a few that automatically unlock as you go through the game, but most of these you're going to get again through the deployment center. So just keep an eye on these as you go through. 57 total movies in the game. It's crazy. There's a lot in this game. Right next to here, we have the poster. Posters, again, will be collected through Deployment Center. We have one right now that shows the Giga citizens, including that weird lockjaw guy, and the guy in the red armor, and a Prayon, and a puppy, and all kinds of weird stuff in here. But you're able to change them out as you collect them, again, through the deployment area. I mean, I'm going to try my best to get as many things from the deployment area as I can. I would like to try to get all of it, if not most of it, but don't expect me to do a 100% run, mainly because A, I can't do that treasure radar thing, and B, just some of these tasks that they want you to do are just ridiculous, and I don't have the time or patience to sit there through them. I'll try, but, you know, I'm not going to skip over anything that's detrimental to the game. I'm going to do all the bosses and whatnot, but... And I'm going to try to get as many of these as well, these figurine collections. So this is where, when you put in the coins and everything and you get your figures from, this is where they will be displayed. And I think we only have, we have one complete set right now, because we got it by completing a task, the Prayon set. And there's a few Prayons here that we haven't seen yet, but mostly the ones on the left side. We see the Pod, we see the Sparker, and the Chaser, so that's kind of a whatever, but there's a lot of these as well. In addition to the figures, you can get your sketches. So this is like concept art behind things that, you know, you're able to see throughout the entire game. When you actually watch me fight bosses like Wild Django or Silverhorn or any of the new ones that have just come out, this is where I'm pulling a lot of the imaging from. They take the behind the scenes or the concept art or the original ideas of a character, and this is where you'll find them in-game, and I just threw them on to whenever you see me fight them. That's to give you something to see. So there's a ton of these. There's 100 of these things in total. Again, mostly by Deployment Center, but there are a few items in the game that actually hold these as well, so... And the last section on this are the files. The files give you background on things like the origin of the Force Metal, or if you don't know where you are in story-wise, you can come here and read up on it. So this obviously will grow as you go through the game. And that's pretty much it. That is the entire thing of the Skyrim. It's really just your trophy collection straight up throughout the game. Let's head back and see if anybody has come back yet. I hope so. Alright, Miss Nana, let's go into the deployment center and see... Anybody back? No, they're not back yet. Alright. Well, just so you don't have to sit here and wait around for it, the magic of editing comes with the ability to fast forward time to when they have returned. Here we go. Okay, it appears that our 3 robot friends have returned from their mission. Let's go to the deployment area. You can see now in the Legato Ruins it says returned instead of deploy. Now when you actually activate this, we can confirm the results and see how they did on their mission. Alright, so here's the results screen. Basically what it's going to do, it's going to give you a breakdown of each one of their progress. So hopefully nobody died. And I say that when the D-Shark comes back completely immobilized, so it had to be repaired. Be more careful next time. That's just... it's gonna happen in the beginning until they start actually leveling up. So hopefully we'll get some good stuff. Who's got next? Okay. Oh wow, the patrol dog leveled up 3 times. Very nice. His move went up fairly good. And he got a little bit of vitality, so that's good. As long as something comes back safe, that means you've actually collected something from that run. So hopefully I got something good. Who knows? And the sign dropper is immobilized. So one person came back with something at least. Let's see what I got. I got tank parts. Not bad. Figure token. Okay. And Epsilon, which is, I believe this is a data sheet, which is kind of like a concept art or something like that. And 194 Zenny. Not what I wanted, but the tank part is very well accepted at this point. So we're going to go back into the Legato Ruins, and we're going to send 1, 2, 3 again. So, good luck, guys. Your move is much higher, so hopefully you won't spend as much time out there. You'll be back faster, and hopefully somebody else will actually level up and give me the thing that I want. Finish deployment, yes. Let's disconnect from the center. And just to go in and show really quickly, sub-tank, boom, 400%. So that one little bit of a sub-tank did automatically go in, so that's good. And even though I have 12 coins, yeah, I'm just gonna wait on going in to go check out that the vending machine, because they do have enough to get an entire set, but I think it's a little bit too much right now. So let's go back into the deployment center. I know they're not back yet. If they were, that'd be absolutely amazing. And again, through the magic of editing, because again, I want to actually get this key before I move on, we're gonna say poof, and they've returned. Alright, our units have returned once again. Let's see who has survived this trip. Alright, looks like some of the stars have gone away. You can kind of tell if you were able to get stuff right off the hop if you kind of remember what the stars look like before you sent them off compared to what they are when they come back. So I think some of the items kind of went away, so I hope we may have collected some stuff. Let's find out. Alright, D-Shark. Alright, he leveled up, his move went up, his vitality didn't, but at least he's a little bit faster, which is good. Alright, our patrol dog once again leveled up to level 5. His move is going to be really high. Hopefully I'll be able to send him off to different areas. And our sign dropper did not actually level up, but he made it back, so that's good. All 3 made it back safe and sound. Now it's a matter of, did they give us some good stuff? Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. Big money, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop! Go! Yes! Alright, sweet. We got the Lagrano key. We also got, I think these are concept arts, some music, and 448 Zenny. Alright, not bad. Not bad. There's still one more item that I want from this, but this is fine. This is actually perfect to what I was looking for. I am going to send these guys out one last time in the hopes to gain... Oh, what the... No, I don't... No. D-Shark, Patrol Dog, Sign Dropper, good for you guys, all 3 together. Your move is gigantic now, so you should be back in no time. Hopefully you'll get me the last thing I need, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We are now going to take our key and head off back to Legato Ruins, and I'll show you exactly how that happens. To the bus! Getting off the bus and coming up here past all of our merchants, we are now going to talk to this lovely lady, the Teleport Center staffer. And she's going to welcome us to Giga City Teleport Center, and we'll be able to teleport anywhere we have previously been. So this is your world map. This is what it's going to look like as you start going around from place to place. Anywhere that has these red lines coming up are areas that we're going to be visiting at some point later in the game, so they're each individual levels. But obviously, if you go through the places we've been before, like we have over here the Tiana Camp, or over here the Legato Ruins, you will be able to teleport. Legato Ruins, let's go! So by selecting it, we'll be able to go behind where she is into this teleporter, and boom, away we go. So it puts us up pretty much at the top part of the ruins where we fought Epsilon and his group of cronies and where Zero took a cannon to the face and flew off and all that other stuff. So this is the only way back to New Hope. Normally you'll be able to go into the save points, and the save points of, say, you know, would you like to return to Hunter Base? You say yes and you go. For some reason here in the ruins, that is the only way that you're able to go to and from the ruins, is through that one teleporter. I don't know why they did it that way. It makes it annoying going up and down these stairs all the time, but whatever. Well, the one good thing about this, and the stupid battles that we're fighting here, because they're easily beaten in one quick shot, is that now Massimo just leveled up. So if we go into his force metal thing, yeah, he has 20 exactly, so he is right where he needs to be. No alerts, nothing along that ways. Alright, let's keep moving along, shall we? Something that you may want to try here with the weak enemies in the Legato Ruins is to power up Massimo to the point where his attack will be able to do over 3,000 damage. He should be able to do that at this time in the game, so if you can have him do 3,000 points of damage in one hit, you'll actually be able to unlock his next level of action trigger. And I'm going to probably try to do that in between episodes, because right now I haven't found anything good. So here we are at the red door. We have the Legato key, or however you want to say it. Let us go through it. Boom, unlocked. Here we go. Let's see what this place has been keeping secret from us. First off is a tank part. All of those are always very useful. We have another item right here, a figure token. And look at this. This deer ball looks operable. Operable? Operational? I know that's not the word, but whatever. This deer ball looks like we could use it. Let's send it to the deployment center. When we get back to the base, let's call Nana to the deployment center. This will surely lift her spirits. Hooray! Deer ball, away we go. We have another Mechaloid friend to start searching different areas for us. Another figure token, hooray for that. And in this special area, we have, oh, look at this. Look who we have run back into from way back in episode 2. The Spice Girls, Saffron, Jasmine, and Cumin. Let us start over here with Saffron, the item shop dealer. What do you have, girl? You have some very nice magic attacks, the ones that hit all, so if you have the extra Zenny, by all means grab those. You can now buy boosts at your own liking. I'm actually going to buy one boost, because like I said, in between episodes, I'm going to try to power up Massimo's attack. And you can also buy backups if you wish to. Coming over here to Ms. Jasmine, what do you got in the new Force Metal shop? You have an Assassin Mine, which will increase your crit strike, Eagle Eye, which we have already, which will increase your hit, Light as a Feather, which helps you dodge, and Neutralizers, which will knock out a certain percentage of erosion. There's other ones that knock off a certain number, but these are just as good as that. And sometimes 30% erosion reduction is better than 20 points of erosion reduction, depending on, you know, what you actually have on your character and whatnot. So keep these in mind for later use. Once you start having the ability to farm for tons of Zenny, definitely come back and pick those up. And I leave Miss Cumin for last because, being the weapon shop dealer, she of course has some of the best stuff in the game. And the most expensive. Look at that Turbo Buster. Look at how much that costs. But the higher weapon energy that X has, the more damage it deals. Personally, to me, easily his best weapon in the game, because it can do so much power. It can just so much damage. I mean, the armor and shield isn't that great, but also the fact that there is 0 weight to it, meaning he's going to go extremely fast, even better. And you see there's a bunch of other weapons here as well, but we'll go over them when need be. I think the only one that really is purposeful right now is the Interceptor for Massimo. Of course, we don't have enough money for it, but it is extremely powerful and has a chance to cancel enemy attacks. It means if he hits them with it, whatever they're charging or whatever they're about to do, completely stopped. In addition to that, we have some very good sub-weapons here. Gas Zenny Plus, Experience Plus, Force Metal Energy, which we haven't run into yet, but I've talked about before. The Energy Field, which you can always come back in order to get another one of. Super Absorber, we have the 2 normal absorbers, the C and the S already, so this is the combination of the 2. And the Vitality Missile, a single S target that fires 2 missiles, inflicts 1/10 of the attacker's life energy. Very nice stuff here, stuff that you want to make sure you come back and get in between like episodes when you have enough money. And that's pretty much it. This door does not open ever, so it's just there to taunt you, and that is that. In the next episode, we will actually start the venturing into the next chapter, go to Galdiel's laboratory, I guess you call it, and go see what he can help us with. I know he's been kind of hiding out and trying to avoid any involvement in the war as possible, but if the bad guys want him, they're going to try to go get him, and it's our job in order to stop that. So, rate, comment, subscribe, as I ask you to do in almost every YouTube episode. I thank you guys for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And until that time, I'm going to run around and try to power up some Massimo. You guys have a good one, and I will catch you all later.